So, it's been a while, but back for another episode of Believe in Boyt with this GRIMMSNARL and SPECTRIER team. I'm calling it a GRIMMSNARL and SPECTRIER team because I am pairing this with a short that has described why I think the duo is a good one. So, that is the idea of these Believe in Boyts going forward. I'm also going to try and pair them with a short that is describing a duo that the team is built around. In this case, it was GRIMMSNARL and SPECTRIER, and I've said why I think GRIMMSNARL and SPECTRIER is going to be a good duo. So, go and check out those shorts. Give me any feedback about how I can improve them, because I've only done one of them so far. The link will be in the description if you want to just go and check that out. It's only like 40 seconds. And it would really help me if you could give me any feedback on how to improve them. So, yeah, GRIMMSNARL and SPECTRIER rounded off the team with the Chestnut, Gyarados, Heatran, and Roaring Moon. This was built in a Metafy coaching session with a student. So if you're interested in that, that's going to be in the description as well. Chestnut is something I've had my eye on for quite a while. Since Regulation D started. With Bulletproof, it actually becomes a very, very strong Flutter main counter, which you wouldn't have thought, because Bulletproof makes you immune to Shadow Ball, you Terror Poison, or whatever the terror is, to get rid of the weakness to Fairy, and then you're basically sorted. Just hope they don't have substitutes. Gyarados and Roaring Moon are going to be setup sweepers. That's going to be hopefully enabled by the GRIMMSNARL and the SPECTRIER by going for all their damage reduction, and then just rounding off the team with the Heatran to complete both the Fantasy Core and the Fire Water Grass Core. If you're interested in trying out the team ID's in the top right. There'll also be a poker paste in the description. Let's get into some games. So when I said it's been a while, I'm back in beginner rank. So it's been a while. Right, okay. That is, I was just about to say that's going to be like a Regulation A team, but they've got a Cinderace, so it is actually a Regulation D team. Okay, so the point of the team is the GRIMMSNARL SPECTRIER. There has to be a good reason not to lead those two. At the moment, I think it is very reasonable to lead with them. There is the Meowscarada, which isn't really a Pokemon Regulation D, but is actually quite good against the duo, because it can crit through the screens. Should outspeed my Spectrier, because I'm not max speed, and would probably KO me with a knockoff. So, a little bit awkward, but we'll roll with it. I think that Roaring Moon is going to be pretty good as a setup sweeper here. Heatran is fine, but I don't think I need it. They are pretty physical, so Chestnut would be very good. But if I bring Roaring Moon, I kind of want to Terra that, and then I can't Terra Poison to get rid of the weakness to the Gyarados if they do bring that. But otherwise, if they don't bring the Gyarados or the Cinderace, then Chestnut is fine. So, do I need my own Gyarados? It's fine, but I'm going to bring Chestnut and Roaring Moon. Okay, it's been a while. Quite a few months, but now that I'm in the summer holidays, I should have a lot more free time to be able to record these videos. And Regulation D is a lot of fun. It is a shame that I'm not going to the World Championships to compete in it, but there we go. I just need to get good. So, there's the Gyarados. If I get rid of the Gyarados, then I will be able to be a lot more free with my Chestnut. So, this has got to be just a Reflect and Will-O-Wisp the Gyarados, right? Right? I see no downsides to that. Apart from Will-O-Wisp missing for the first one that I click, or they have a Lumberry. But this is exactly what you're supposed to do with the GRIMMSNARL SPECTRIER. Is that Quick Claw? Well, at least that's not Lumberry. I still get to Reflect before they attack anyway, but that's got to be Cinderace, right? Based on Liba low. Okay, I get the Reflect first, but I don't get the Will-O-Wisp first. They get to attack with it before the burn. Just Waterfall. So I could have mitigated some of that damage, but that's really not much at all. Like I said, I wonder what my luck is going to be like in this, because like my luck was just abysmal back in the previous Believe in Boyts that I was doing. Like double status here is very good, but yeah, like something's wrong with my RNG this generation, and I don't know what it is. Oh, don't Terror into a Dark type. That would be incredibly rude from my Thunder Wave. Oh, it is Cinderace. Don't be dark. It's fire. Okay, that's fine. So, Pyro Balls will hurt, but they are going to be slow. So, basically, if I take care of these two, then Chestnut wins. Because I'll just die in defense once and win. Yep, there we go. This is starting us off really nicely here. Yeah, and they get Dragon Dance too. Why not? So, excellent. They can't Terra Blast my Chestnut actually anymore, so I only... Okay, fine. Balances out. I only need to KO the Cinderace at this point. So I don't really need to burn the Gyarados anymore, do I? I'll Thunder Wave it instead, and I'll actually do some damage with Shadow Ball. It should two-shot a Cinderace, unless it's Assault Burst. That one hits. GRIMMSNARL's doing well. Well, actually, the Thunder Wave doesn't really help because they're Quick Claw, aren't they? So they might just Quick Claw through the paralysis. Yeah, that's exactly a 2-shot, or just over, and it definitely is now. It's not like any kind of dirty roll. But how much is it going to do through the Reflect? That was still a good chunk, but obviously it's Terra Fire as well, so it would be hurting. But this Citrus Berry should allow me to survive even the +1 Waterfall on the Spectrier. Okay, they mitigated my Thunder Wave. That's reasonable. But I can counter that with just 1 Iron Defense and they can't Terra Blast anymore. So I will get a Spirit Break chunk into the Gyarados and I will Shadow Ball KO the Cinderace. And their Terra has been used up at this point. And if they do get fully paralyzed / they attack the GRIMMSNARL instead, this is now a Grimnay boost. Spectrier starts to do some pretty good damage if you get even 1 KO. It's Grimnay starts to, is the sentence I was going for. Starts to snowball. Grimmsnay, brilliant. Okay, it definitely counteracted the Thunder Wave at this point. The Gyarados is actually starting to get quite dangerous. But I do need to rely on my Chestnut to beat it. Yeah, that's some chip. Oh, I got the special attack drop, nice. So we've already seen the Pawmot. Knackrack. That is, yes, I did know that was Garchomp, I recognise that. I will attempt to Will-O-Wisp it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So I'm going to almost certainly lose Spectrier this turn. Yeah, I think I want to Shadow Ball Gyarados because that's the thing that's getting out of hand. My Chestnut wins as soon as I click Iron Defense once and haven't taken loads of damage. So Gyarados is the threat at the moment, so I'm going to double into the Gyarados. I'm not even going to bother trying to burn the Garchomp. I'm still faster, that's good, because this is going to be a massive chunk. Because I'm +1. Yeah, that's in range of Spirit Break, so just need to break through this flinch, and that should KO the Gyarados. It's definitely KO'd Spectrier, but given that Spectrier outspeds, my Maroons wouldn't be +1, it's a pretty slow one before Dragon Dance. Didn't flinch, so that should be over already. Nice. So now Chestnut wins, basically. Oh, they do have the potential of Revival Blessing, so I need to keep that in mind. And that would allow them to revive the Cinderace if they wanted. But if they're going for a Revival Blessing, then they are not attacking, and that is another opportunity to just go for a Iron Defense. I guess Nuzzles could be bad here. How many turns of Reflect have I got left? Oh, 3 of them. That's pretty good. So I'll Spirit Break here, because I'll survive another Iron Head. I'll get my Iron Defense. If they Fake Out here, fair enough. Doesn't really matter. Another Iron Heads. We've seen I live already. Rough Skin might take me out. Yeah, even the super effective hit does nothing there. So Chestnut seems like it's about to win. There's the flinchy boy. Okay. So my Grimmsnarl can't really do anything at this point. Because I can't Thunder Wave either of them. Light Screen's pointless. Reflect is already up. Is it worth saving it just so I can Reflect again in the future? Absolutely not. I don't need my Roaring Moon taking any damage. I don't need any extra Iron Defenses. I will just start to Body Press. Because the nice thing about Chestnut is it gets Stab on top of on the Body Press, and most Iron Defense Body Press Pokemon don't. Like, Hisuian Gudra doesn't get Stab. It takes a few Iron Defenses for it to actually do reasonable damage. So, Focus Sash, yes, no? No Focus Sash. I mean, I am, like, in the beginner ranks, so. They should outspeed my Roaring Moon because this is a Dragon Dance one, so you invest a lot in bulk, because as soon as you've got one Dragon Dance, you don't really need the max speed at all. The only reason you'd have max speed is if you're really weak to Regieleki, because conveniently Roaring Moon jolly max outspeeds Regieleki only just when you're +1, but that's kind of unnecessary. So I will Terra Flying and Dragon Dance, because I should be slower, and then I will Body Press. And this also lets me just see for sure how much damage the Body Press will do into the Garchomp, because then I'm not attacking the Roaring Moon first. Oh, I was faster. So they are a bulky Garchomp. Yeah, you can see the strength of the reflect there. That's almost an Oko with just +2. And that was theoretically a bulky Garchomp as well, because they don't outspeed my Roaring Moon. So, like, the Roaring Moon's only fast enough to outspeed Adamant Urshifu, so that is a very slow Garchomp, which surely means they've got a lot of bulk, but then +2 body press, getting the stab on top of it is also very nice. But the reflect there was very good because they just brought physical attackers, basically, so then you could see how little damage they were doing. So, very nice. And then, that's why you don't bring 4 physical attackers to Reflect and Chestnut. Oh, only rank 1. Rubbish. Not going to get many points. But in rank 1, that's an entirely legitimate team. Like, come on. Alright. So, GRIMMSNARL SPECTRIER, is there a reason not to? I think it makes perfect sense to go with those two. I will... So, Chestnut, Tornadus is good against it. Chien-Pao is, but you Terra out of it. They don't seem to have much for Poison Chestnut. So Chestnut's good here. Gyarados, it's fine. Heatran is also fine. Like, Heatran is reasonable. Roaring Moon... Roaring Moon is good at... Probably better than Gyarados at setting up. Definitely bringing Chestnut. And then it just comes down to Heatran or Roaring Moon. Because I've only got 2 special attackers. The Assault Vest doesn't really come into play. Chien-Pao can Sacred Sword it / Ice Spinner if I Grass. Dragonite can Stomach Tantrum. I'm gonna bring Roaring Moon. I'm a little bit weak to the Chien-Pao with Roaring Moon than Gyarados because I can intimidate that. And if they were multi-scale on the Dragonite, I can intimidate that as well. So Gyarados might have been better than Roaring Moon, but too late now. There is Flutter Mane and Tornadus. So if they are dealt with, then Booster Energy. Speed or Special Attack? I way prefer Speed. Okay, Special Attack, that's fair enough. That means that my Spectrier could outspeed them were I to go for Thunder Wave first, but it's definitely Light Screen. Then I'll survive whatever is thrown at me, and then I get to Snarl. Because they can't KO either Pokemon here because they're Booster Energy. Unless they Bleak Wind Storm and Shadow Ball / Moonblast. Dazzling Gleam definitely won't do it. Tailwind was kind of pointless, but they didn't know that. Because their special attack boosting Spectrier definitely could have outsped. And were I faster than Modest Fluttermane, I probably would have Thunder Wave there. But it's just Dazzling Gleam, that's fine. Spectrier doesn't take too much, and GRIMMSNARL is only just 2 shot, but not anymore. Are they Covert Cloak on the Tornadus? No, they are not. Okay. So that is an entirely reasonable start. So... Dazzling Gleam will KO the GRIMMSNARL unless I Terra, but I want to save the Terra for the Chestnut. I think Thunder Wave is the best here. I can Reflect, because they've got other Pokemon in the back. The speed control doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think I'll Reflect here. Just one Thunder Wave won't come into play too much. Because if I go for another Snarl, then this will free up my Roaring Moon to come in, Terra Dragon Dance. I'm not going to Terra Poison anymore, I guess, then. Because Shadow Ball won't KO the Fluttermane. Oh no, they crit me! Crit through my Light Screen, what are they doing? It was going to KO me anyway, so... Bleak Wind Storm. Not much, but Citrus Berry activated. Here comes the Speed Drop, because of course, you know my luck. So... And another Snarl, they're -2 now. Okay, so... If I go into Roaring Moon, I kind of do need to Terra, right? Although I can go into Roaring Moon, Protect and Shadow Ball the Fluttermane, but I don't think that will KO. If I go into Roaring Moon... Yeah, it's just KO, like KO them. KO the Fluttermane, right? Rather than Dragon Dance. No, because both of them are -2. They're not doing much to the Roaring Moon at all. So it is an opportunity to Dragon Dance, because I can Dragon Dance here, then Acrobatics KO the Tornadus next turn, and then I'm outspeeding everything. But I think instead I will just KO the Tornadus, because that's the main thing against the Chestnut waiting in the back. Like, if there's Chien-Pao Dragonite waiting in the back, I just need 1 Iron Defense, and then I'm okay. Okay, switching out that makes sense, but I'm Acrobaticsing something for a lot of damage. I'm breaking the multi-scale on that, so that's nice. Shadow Ball won't KO the Fluttermane, but they left it in, and they're -2, so they're really not doing much damage here. We'll find out if they're multi-scale as well. Just another Dazzling Gleam, that's fine. Because that's not much at all. I'm fine with that. And that was surely in a focus. And is this KO? I didn't think it would. Right, so, something nice I can do here. My Roaring Moon, with a tiny bit of chip, could be KO'd to a Terra Normal Extreme Speed from Dragonite. But I went for Reflect, didn't I? So no, it can't at all. So I can Acrobatics KO the Dragonite, and I can Will-O-Wisp KO the Fluttermane, because that will cover for any Chien-Pao switch-in to try and increase the damage output. It's riskier, but that's what I can see, because then you want to reset your special attack drop, but apparently you don't. So, fair enough. But there is the Terra Normal. That was my drink bottle slamming on the desk, if you just heard that. Because this won't do much, especially because they don't have Chien-Pao out. Because I'm reflected too. Like, it would do a chunk. Well, it's a chunk, but not enough. And this shouldn't KO at -2, right? Because I've got the light screens. Yep, cool. So Acrobatics, I'm currently 0 for 2 on Will-O-Wisps this episode. Oh, we're going to be 0 for 3. Because it was riskier going for Will-O-Wisp, but it covered for the Chien-Pao switch-in, which was a good play to mitigate the snarls and all that. Oh, nice SPECTRIER, well done. Look at it go up on its hind legs to do the Will-O-Wisp. That's funny. But I think overall Will-O-Wisp was the correct play, even though it could have missed. Because even if it did, that's still a -2 Fluttermane that's not really threatening too much. So were it to miss, it's still okay. And if it hits, that's obviously a KO as well. So what is waiting in the back now? The Tailwind's gone. They have to waste a turn going for Tailwind. So if it is Chien-Pao, then I can Acrobatics and attempt to Will-O-Wisp it, but I won't be able to. It's Iron Hands, so it is just try and KO the Tornadus here. Like, as soon as I KO the Tornadus, then it will free up the Chestnut. So they can fake out here. If they fake out the Roaring Moon, then it's best to just go for the Snarl, right? Or would it be Shadow Ball? So that's 2 Shadow Balls would KO. Because I don't think the Snarl would help. Like, only -1 shouldn't allow the Chestnut to beat the Tornadus. So I will just double this Tornadus, because as soon as I KO it, then I win. Yeah, there's the Tailwind. So how fast is their Iron Hands going to be? I think that's what it's going to come down to now. Oh, it's Citrus, okay. So I mean, I don't think I KO anymore with the Shadow Ball then, so it kind of has to be Acrobatics. So that being the case, well, they have to attack the Roaring Moon with the... Yeah, it's a shame I haven't Dragon Dance now, because then I'd have outsped the Iron Hands. And then that was a win. So... Although with the Snarl and Light Screen, I'd have probably lived, right? But the Light Screen's surely running out soon. No, like, Snarl was probably better there then. Okay, so I'll still try and Snarl now, I guess. Or do I just Shadow Ball? Hoping for the KO. Yeah, I'll go for Shadow Ball, and I'll just crit it this time. It's fine. Because this is assuming that I dodge Bleak Wind Storm to start off with. But nope. So I think actually it would have been better if I did miss that Will-O-Wisp on the Flutter Mane and not give the switch into both of these. It was just Volt Switch. That wouldn't have KO'd. That was a free win. Oh, I didn't take it. Right, then I've got to hope that my Roaring Moon is able to KO the Tornadus with Acrobatics here. Because if it does, then the Chestnut wins. If it was like, why would you Volt Switch there? You can't even switch out. Does that mean they don't have like Thunder Punch or anything? Because they only need like a tiny bit of speed to outspeed my Roaring Moon. So I'm not a fast one. If I was faster, I'd feel more confident here. It's got to be Bleakwind Storm. Don't you dare speed drop me, so we never know. I don't care if you hit, just don't speed drop. Because Volt Switch should KO now. Oh, I am faster. Nice. So that should be a win then. That's a very slow Iron Hands. Like it didn't take much investment for Iron Hands to be able to win there. And is it just Volt Switch again? No, there was Wild Charge, so I have no idea what that Volt Switch was on the previous turn. Because Wild Charge was always the better play. So you got nothing in the back. Maybe they forgot that there's no Pokemon waiting in the back. But Chestnut definitely wins this 1v1. Unless they... I was going to say if they bust out the Terra Flying, but we've seen their moveset now. They're just the Assault Vest one. There's no way they can beat me. Like, I'm not even sure I need Leech Seed. I think I can just body press 2 or 3 times. There goes the light screen. And there's the Tailwind. So, yeah, I'll just body press it at +2. I don't need the Leech Seed. They've got nothing. This might 2-shot. I reckon it's just going to fall short of a 2-shot. God, my damage intuition is so good. Look at that. When you've been playing for 8 years, it gets pretty good. But yeah, that is quite funny. My damage intuition is like I think I can get it reasonably close most of the time. Even something as uncommon as a body press from a +2 Chestnut. Nice. So that was very fortunate that they were a slow Iron Hands. They just needed a tiny bit of speed and they would have taken the game there. Okay, we ranked up to rank 2, so this is where it becomes very serious. Okay, there's a Charizard there without any sun. It's got to be Sunny Day somewhere, right? Because you got Brute Bonnet and Flutter Mane to make use of it too. You know, like I still don't get to find out which Urshifu it is. Like, surely they should just give some kind of indication. Is it Dark or Water? It's annoying they don't. Although to be fair, like Open Team Chiefs in actual tournaments won't make a difference. So. GRIMMSNARL SPECTRIER looks good. Chestnut is okay. Because it's good against the top 3 and not so great against the bottom 3. Although it's fine if it Terra Poisons. Although not quite against the Cresselia. So Chestnut's still fine. Gyarados is reasonable. It's definitely reasonable for sure. And I would need to save the Terra for Terra Blast stuff. Because if I don't, then Wochen and Brute Bonnets wall me. I'm surprised they've got both Dark and... Oh, it's definitely Heatran. Surprised they got both Dark and Grass types. And I'm pretty sure Roaring Moon is best. Sorry, Gyarados. But Heatran's looking good here. Looked like it was basically just the Urshifu for it. And if I Terra Grass, then it's just the Charizard. No, not even... Well, kind of the Charizard, because it can Flying move. But I'm Assault Vest, so it would be okay. And they haven't got Sun, so it would be weak. That's fine. This is a Light Screen Snarl. And they can't KO either Pokemon. Unless they Helping Hand, but... Well, I was going to say, that's not unreasonable to have on Cresselia. You have Helping Hand on the pure support Cresselias. If it's the Calm Mind one or anything like that, any kind of, like, offensive as such Cresselia, then you don't have Helping Hand. But I should be able to get 2 Snarls off here if I want, because I can Thunder Wave the Flutter Mane next turn. Okay, that's fine. One of the Grass Darks? Wochen, yeah, so... Light Screen doesn't really matter here. If they Trick Room, I really don't care. Like, they've got no damage potential on the field at the moment. They're using the Terror immediately. That's surprising. Like, I know they're facing down SPECTRIER, which could Shadow Ball it, but it wouldn't do much. It's Terror Dark. Okay. So now you're weak to Spirit Break. Not sure that was the most optimal of terrors there, but we take those. So I can Will-O-Wisp the Boyt as well. That'll be nice. Oh, look at that chip. Oh, nice. Got the special attack drop as well. And just Trick Room? Yeah, just Trick Room. So they are playing very passive right now. So just lefties, so I can mitigate that with the burn. Do they have Ruination? Do they have any kind of Dark type? If it's Foul Play, it doesn't do much to SPECTRIER at all. So I think Spirit Break into the Cresselia and Will-O-Wisp into the... I could Taunt the Wo-Chien to stop any Leech Seeds, but I think that the burn, just cancelling out the leftovers, might be nice. Because I can always just switch out the Leech Seed for now. I can Terra Grass the Heatran to make myself immune to Leech Seed, but I probably do want to be terroring the Roaring Moon if I can, because Acrobatics is pretty nice here. And GRIMMSNARL's the slowest Pokemon as well, so that's really funny. Nice chip into Cresselia, and it's basically useless now. Oh, I'm not going to do that again. Yeah, Foul Play. Like, it's reasonable, but as soon as I get the Will-O-Wisp off... Yeah, like that's nothing. Come on, Will-O-Wisp. Okay, 2 for 2 is not bad. But now the Foul Play really won't do much damage at all. So... Now, I think I can Taunt the Cresselia. What else do they have in the back? Oh, I pressed the right button straight away. I always press Y first instead of plus. I'm so proud of myself. Right, yeah, Cresselia is useless here. I expect it to switch out. Therefore, I'm going to go for Spirit Break into the Wo-Chien, and I will Will-O-Wisp the Cresselia, because getting extra chip on it is good, but if they switch out, then it will also burn a physical attacker most likely in the back. They didn't switch out, but this is also fine, because Cresselia is just useless here. So I don't care if they stay in. And now look at this. Yeah, like not much damage at all. I recover more HP now with the Siege Berry than I took. And I can Reflect again next turn as well to mitigate the Foul Play even more. Oh yeah, Lunar Blessing. Can't really burn things anymore. So I probably should Taunt that. Forgot about Lunar Blessing. That's a pretty good attack, isn't it? So this is going to be quite slow. So it's definitely Taunt into Cresselia. Do I Reflect to mitigate Foul Play a bit more? Because they'll Lunar Blessing most of it back. I always just Heat Wave the Wo-Chien. Is it worth taking the Rocky Helmet? Just to start to take care of the Cresselia? Because I don't take care of it quickly. I'm going to Spirit Break the Wo-Chien and Taunt this turn. And then I'll be able to... Oh, that Foul Play's going to... No, I should have Reflected because Foul Play's going to do reasonable damage again. Because now they're not burned anymore. But it went into the GRIMMSNARL for some reason. So we take those. Another Lunar Blessing, so the burn's gone, but now they're taunted. So can't do that again for a little while. So the way to win is definitely to Dragon Dance with the Roaring Moon and Sweep, right? So I can do that right now if I wanted. I want to. So I'm going to switch to Roaring Moon. And I'm going to burn the Wo-Chien again. I'm surprised they haven't been going for any kind of Leech Seed, and it's just Foul Play. Because even if they doesn't Gleam here, it's -2 and Light Screen. It won't do much to the Roaring Moon, even though it's quad weak this turn. We drew Cresselia. That's bad timing. Oh, but it's Brute Bonnet. Okay, I was expecting Flutter Mane there. And Booster Energy. Okay, cool. And it's attack boosting, so... I'm not sure they have enough damage to be able to... Not damaged. The bulk to survive the acrobatics from Roaring Moon here. I should... No, I can... No, I don't need to attack the Brute Bonnet this turn, because Trick Room's ending, right? Yeah, cool. So, this is just a Dragon Dance and a Taunt into the Brute Bonnet. Because then they can't Spore. They're not Mental Herb or anything. It's a shame I haven't Reflected, because Reflect would have been nice to mitigate a reasonable chunk of this damage. And if they attack this turn, then that's a good play, but Rage Powder is perfectly fine, because I can Will-O-Wisp next turn. Do they go for Leech Seed with the Wo-Chien now? Oh, there's Ruination. Why weren't they going for that for ages? What? Okay, then. Right, so I should KO the Wo-Chien with Acrobatics now, right? If I don't, that's very bad. Because I don't want them to just foul play KO me. Because if I Terror, then they would. But I'm going to have faith in my Roaring Moon. Maybe I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should have Will-O-Wisped the Wo-Chien as well, because then that would cover for it surviving, and then I'll have Will-O-Wisped to mitigate the burn. So yeah, I definitely should have done that. But also, if they were protecting the Wo-Chien this turn, then Will-O-Wisp into the Brute Bonnet was optimal. And a Protect from the Wo-Chien would be entirely reasonable. Ooh, that was a good Sucker Punch. This should KO the Wo-Chien, but now I'm feeling less comfortable because I've got one more... Like, based on that damage, I should survive another... If I connect with the Will-O-Wisp, thank you, SPECTRIER, I should survive another Sucker Punch. But if I attack the Cresselia with my Acrobatics, then that is the only Acrobatics I get to go for now, because Rocky Helmet would KO me. So... let's get my GRIMMSNARL back in so I can Reflect, then I might be able to survive 2. But I don't think I would. But it's Flutter Mane, so... I just KO that, right? Do I still have Light Screen? Yeah, I've got one more turn of Light Screen, so... Are they Choice Specs or are they Focus Sash? Focus Sash is very uncommon. I'll cover for it with a Snarl. But this shouldn't KO, because my bulk is amazing. But now I can't go for that anymore. Nice, okay. Now, so I can't go for any more attacks because they've got me pinned with Sucker Punch. So... what's best here? I had Heatran waiting in the back. They've got nothing for Heatran. Got nothing for Heatran. Yeah, so I win with Heatran here, right? So long as I taunt the... yeah, I switched into Heatran and I taunt the Brute Bonnet, and even if they Trick Room, I don't care. Because then they're just doing nothing to the Heatran, and I'll just Heat Wave twice and win. Eventually beat the Cresselia, but I will win, so... good. So this would prevent any of the Spores and Trick Room. Like optimally, like they were probably going to Sucker Punch. I could have just gone for the Cresselia and stopped Trick Room, but they doesn't glint, so that's perfectly acceptable as well. Because now the Brute Bonnet is taunted, I can taunt the Cresselia and stop Trick Room, so best of both worlds. Oh, they were already taunted. Did I taunt again like an idiot? I think I taunted again like an idiot, and I didn't realise. Yeah, so ignore that. I'll just do it again. Yeah, that was pretty silly, wasn't it? Oh well. I could count the Trick Room in my head perfectly, but apparently not the Taunt turns. Yeah, because they were always going to Sucker Punch, so that could have been easily a Taunt into Cresselia. Oh well, I'm shaking off the rust, it's fine. Just showing why I didn't qualify for Worlds this year. So, there is the Trick Room, don't really care. Sucker Punch won't do much to the Heatran. Like, you've seen that Spectrier has just sat on the field doing its thing this whole game, and it just hasn't been touched at all, so it's been nice. Like, how many attacks has it gone for? 1, 2, 6, 10 attacks. Like, it's been on the field for 10 turns, and it's still above half HP. So, hopefully this is a good showing of why Spectrier can be a very solid support Pokemon, for sure. Is there a way that I can get... Yes, there is. So, I want to get Spectrier the KO, because... Oh, no, but then they can just Sucker Punch the Spectrier. So, I will switch the Spectrier this turn, and I will Heat Wave. I was going to say I wanted to get the Grim boost onto the Spectrier, but I can't do that because then they can Sucker Punch me. And that with the booster energy, I reckon that would KO because I don't have Reflect. So even with the burn. So no Grim boost for me, that's fine. Yep, there's a Sucker Punch. Probably should have hit 100% accurate moved, like Flash Cannons into the Brute Bonnet, but then I guess because they're Lunar Blessinging is the word. Heat Wave was better because I don't think Flash Cannon would have KO'd. It would have been close. And because the burn is gone, it would have started to do reasonable damage too. So, pretty confident this Cresselia is not able to 1v4 me. Even with my Roaring move so low. If Dazzling Gleam is its only move, then pretty sure it can't do anything here. So, I'm not going to take any unnecessary Rocky Helmet. Just yet. Yep, there's a Dazzling Gleam. 2 to Heatran. That's funny. Not even snarled. Has it been snarled? It was snarled earlier. I think it's still neutral. Oh, there we go. That's why I Heat Waved instead of Flash Cannons. Just fishing for the burn. I guess the special defense drop would have also helped, but now I will Spirit Break. I will Flash Cannon and Spirit Break, and game is over. Nice. A little bit of a long-winded one there. But hopefully that was a good showing of GRIMMSNARL and Spectrier. And give me some more suggestions of duos.